You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Hello. Welcome to the Postgame. It's Billy. How are we doing, guys?
Hey,
I'm
Billy.
great.
How was the show today?
It was a good one.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Yep.
How do we think week 1 went in the NFL?
I give it a B.
Yeah.
I really, in terms of news, what more do you need? This was an A+. In terms of news, on field, I understand. Better quarterback play.
B-
we need to see it.
on field. B-.
Really?
But A+ news.
Yes.
I mean,
My
this is
team
crazy.
won a game by kicking 6 field goals.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have
Which
never
one?
been back.
Which team?
The Steelers, and also the Bears won without scoring any offensive touchdowns either.
Wow.
You are
So
so bad.
Back.
How adorable was Russell Wilson in full uniform, even though he was inactive? Just adorable.
Cute.
I love it.
The
You
eye
said we're
black.
back in football. You know what else is back? Our DraftKings Listener League. Guys, if you want to participate, go to dkng.co/Smirnoff. You can compete against us. Check it out on our Instagram. You can click the link there. $3 buy-in. Guys, it's presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Stugotz, something that bears watching, and I know we didn't get to this with Greg Cody, and I'm prefacing this by saying I'm simply seeing mostly internet reaction to Tom Brady's broadcast debut because I heard maybe a quarter and a half of it, and it sounded clunky, but I don't have a full appraisal of everything that was. I do feel, though, that I can say this with some conviction, and I'd be a little scared if I were Tom Brady and all of what I'm about to say is so. He's been and worked in a very confident place for a long time. The expectations of what he's presently doing represent a different skill set on his expectations to conquer than the previous one. And so what I heard and what little I heard on Sunday was someone who now has to be the over-preparer he is and also, hey, Tom, relax.
Right.
And it's going to get a little bit harder to relax when that paycheck follows you around. And I think what I'm about to say is true, even not having heard much of what I need to make this assessment. You can make the argument because there's professional broadcasting all over college football and pro football that Tom Brady was among the worst or the very worst doing it this weekend, just based on lack of experience and what sounded to my ear to be off because he doesn't have any training in this other than the practice he did before the season, and he doesn't have any training in it with the amount of pressure that he had last Sunday that now becomes a different kind of pressure next Sunday because he wasn't very good at it.
One of the worst, but the most famous. I mean, right? The most famous guy calling a game this past weekend. I give Tom credit. I really do, Dave. Give him credit for going outside his comfort zone. Tom Brady doesn't have to do this. There really isn't tremendous upside for Tom Brady.
Well, there's the money.
Yeah, there's like $370 million.
I understand that. Does Tom Brady come off as a guy who needs money? He doesn't have to do this. He's doing something that's outside his comfort zone, and I don't worry about Tom Brady putting in the work to get better at this. I think eventually Tom Brady will be good. Rough start. Granted, I watched it and I winced, but I think Brady, with work, with confidence, will eventually get better at it.
Well, he deserves a little bit of a grace period, I think. I mean, this is, to me, the first few weeks of the season is tantamount to his preseason, his exhibition play. He's going to get better on the job. For now, it's enough that he's Tom Brady, you know, that he's got the looks and the reputation, and he's going to draw listeners initially just for curiosity to see how good or bad he is. Eventually, though, he has to be damn good. Damn good, not just average.
I assume you guys already talked about him not being able to go to production meetings. That's crazy. How is this not a bigger story? He can't go to the he can't talk to the coaches or the player. Like what? Yeah. It's crazy.
It's because of his ownership stake in the Raiders. And they're working towards a solution. I think ultimately the solution is he just sees a team that he wants to come back to and he ends up playing on it, and then we forget about all of this.
Exactly right.
I do wonder, Stugotz, when you talk about he'll get his confidence, it's a pretty tough situation to get it in when you're doing all the learning on the job in front of everybody. And again, I know he's done this before on a football field, but it's just an entirely different skill set. When has Tom Brady had to know the regimens of how to do the job he's presently doing. When have you heard him communicate well, charismatically, in a way that...
With Jim Gray, let's go.
That's why there's space. It's just question, answer, question, answer. That's not how Burkhart's going to do it.
Also, he hasn't heard that show, and he doesn't know how good it is. He's just saying things.
I am.
I had a great weekend, by the way.
Because?
Why?
That's all.
Oh. Happy birthday to him. I don't care. Good luck.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Yes.
Yeah, Greg.
Thank you all.
Thank you for coming in.
I appreciate it. Thank you all.
And
Very
thank you for the
nice.
back of my day, sincerely.
All right, it'll be better, and the next one won't be read from an iPhone, and will be shorter. That needed editing, much like your beautiful soliloquy about me.
Really? That was his gift to you,
Great
man.
book end of the show.
The monologue?
Exactly.